Hey, how's it going, Aquarius? It's Robin here with AriesFireTarot. So guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to your May 2020 bonus tarot card reading. So when I say bonus, I do something completely different for for the month. Like I do your general reading for the month, and then I do a wealth and abundance reading for the month. And then I do the Starman, and then I find something a little out of the ordinary, a little bit like, I find them really compelling reads that I'm going to do. So this one is called the Whispers of the Ancestors, and this is going to look at which of your ancestors are closest to you and this part of your journey. And there's always somebody around you, or multiple people, right? The love of your ancestors is always with you, but this is going to look at any generational gifts that are available to you, and healing messages, and some really good stuff. So I hope you enjoy the reading, and definitely let me know which part of the reading resonated the most and what your favorite card was. And speaking of cards, I'm using the Tattoo Tarot Ink and Intuition because it just felt like I was guided right to this deck. It seems like the perfect match to do this reading, so I do hope you enjoy. So I'm going to just shuffle the deck a couple more times. And the first card is going to look at which ancestors are present for you right now. Keep in mind, guys, general reading, okay? So I'm feeling compelled to do a deck cut here for you. So we have the Knight of Wands. So I'll show you this card in just one second. But what's really interesting here is this particular knight has a third eye here. So I really feel like you guys have been getting some strong guidance from an ancestor, and I'm getting impressions like, okay, so because there's so many of you watching, okay, the first thing I got was archaeologist. Then I actually got Knights of the Round Table, somebody in that age. Like I'm really seeing kind of around that like Braveheart era, where people would, like Viking, they're probably not the same, but do you know what I mean? And because we have the Knight here, there's somebody with real notability in their ability to, I don't know, make war, you know? Does that sound familiar to anybody? It's not anybody in your recent history. I'd say going back like 400 or 500 years at least. I'm getting the impression that you guys, you need help, like sort of, here, let me fix that a little bit. You might need help sort of battling your way through something. So this ancestor is stepping forward. I'm really just seeing like legions and battalions, and like I keep on seeing like really like Braveheart, like 300, like Vikings, like somebody very strong, and you know, they would never back down from something. So they really want to help you get to the other side of something. And here, just, you see the ship here? They want to help you get into clearer waters, kind of like the Six of Swords. You know how that person is paddling to greener pastures? I'm seeing that this is why this ancestor is stepping up into your palpable recognition, because you need help. Like you need a rudder, you know, you need a wheel to grab onto. And this particular ancestor really knows how to win a battle, you know? So let's see, what is your relationship to me? So we've got the King of Coins here. So this is somebody that was really, they're the anchor to your family. The King of Coins talks about building a fortune and building an Empire. So I'm seeing somebody, and this would be like, I'm seeing a male figure. And this is definitely somebody that, like, this is really strong divine masculine energy, really powerful with the Knight and the King. They had a lot to do with forming the foundation of your family. So it's like somebody wants you to really remember where you came from. And really just getting all these like Celtic pagan, like almost like Outlander vibrations, and really intense, like this, like almost the beginning of your family as you know it now. Like if you've ever done those ancestry.com, I don't know if anybody's ever been successful on that. So yeah, I'm seeing like the cornerstone of your family, somebody very significant, you know, and the lineage goes back and back and back and back and back and back and back, but this is quite notable. And somebody that would have struck out to make a better life, and probably made a real name for themselves in that era. So what generational gift have you inherited? So you could ask that question this way, you guys. What generational gift have I inherited from you? Like you could sit and have a conversation with your ancestor while I'm doing this reading for you. So this is actually a really good gift, you guys. The Hanged Man. To look at things from a different perspective. And as I'm talking, I just really see somebody like stepping back and observing a battlefield and looking at different ways of going in. And if this strategy doesn't work, then this one will. It's just like, it's such a clear vision in my head. And I honestly am just seeing like, you know, almost like, you know, the kilts and everything and the Scottish garb and everything. I'm just really seeing something like that. And it could be from, you know, any background, but that's what's really standing out for me the most. And the message that's really coming through here is that there's more than one way to win a battle. You know, so if you're really just focused on things, and to the information that's coming through here is to take your emotion out of it, because when you're emotional going into any kind of battle, whatever it looks like for you right now, the emotion wins, not the strategy. So with the Hanged Man, I mean, that's being able to see things from all sides, like a 360 perspective. Like it's nothing really to be scoffed at, because some people just get so overwhelmed with emotion that they can't function. Like you've seen people like that where they just absolutely melt down. Like if you just observe a 2-year-old when they're told that they can't have a particular snack at a particular time, and they don't know how to deal with their emotions, so they like freak out and flip around on the floor and scream and yell. And unfortunately, there's a lot of adults like that. So being able to keep your calm and look at everything from a 360 view is quite a particular gift. And to be able to sort of get into the heads of other people is what I'm seeing here. Like if you can practice before you go in, like a dress rehearsal for any sort of encounter that you may have. And this is going to serve you well, you know, as you advance through your life. It's actually going to give you like an intuitive view of what is going to happen before it happens. Interesting. So what are your hopes for me? Ask your ancestor, what are your hopes for me? They really want you to like focus on your relationships and building really strong bonds with people and continue on the family here. You know, just really take care of your friends and family with the 2 of Cups. You know, if you're a single person and you think, well, now's not the right time to find somebody to build a family with, well, maybe it is, you know. family is really incredibly important to your ancestor that is available to you right now. You know, because I do see them as sort of a founding father of your family. And the Two of Cups, it really just speaks of, you know, take your relationships a little bit farther, make them a little bit deeper, you know, continue on the lineage. That was really, really important. I want to say sort of back in the day, you know, people really focused on producing an heir. You know, I think it was, I don't know, maybe some cultures are still that way, but it was really important in that era that I'm seeing. And I do see again like the castles and the heavy horse, if you don't know what heavy horse is. And I just got a card that flipped out, so I'm going to keep it. And this is, how can I honor my heritage? And I'm not really surprised to see this card, because we've got the Strength card. And this card, this particular Strength card, is the only one that I've ever seen where the character in the card is not walking calmly by the lion. This one is actually defeating the lion as if it was a foe. So it's really time to stand up and like remember who you are, remember the lineage that you came from. I'm not asking anybody to go out and like, you don't have to go hurt other people. You know, the battlefields aren't drawn the same way they are now, I guess, depending on where you live. But really just outwit, you know, with the Hanged Man. Like really just look at other people. And when you start to really sit back and observe people without any emotion, you can see what they're going to do next. And there's a gift here. And that can probably allow you, kind of like that movie Limitless, to move 3 and 4 steps ahead of people and like really develop the things that your ancestors probably couldn't do in that era just because of technology. But now there is technology available. So I'm seeing where you could really have an inside track to really mobilizing your future and the future of your family here with the Two of Cups. So you have a really interesting lineage. So let's see a healing message from your ancestor. So, I mean, you have the King of Wands here, and you have a lot of powerful energy here with major arcana and court cards. So the healing energy here from your ancestor is that no matter what happens, you do have to keep moving forward. The King of Wands, he just keeps on moving. He just keeps on moving. And I'm being guided to tell you guys that even losses are a win. You know, everything that you can observe without emotion and put into your wheelhouse is going to serve you better in the future. So you really are being guided here to lean on your ancestor. If you're in a bit of a pickle and you just don't know what to do, your ancestor will. They're observing you. They are supporting you. If you're not too creeped out by the vision of kind of like people around you, and they're in a different energy body, you know, they don't have a body, right? So they are there. And this one has particularly stepped forward to guide you through, again, navigate you through an extremely difficult, pivotal moment in your life. So really rely on them. And here's your Strength card again. So you have a really interesting reading here from your ancestors. They're just saying don't give up and just know that, you know, I think somebody in your ancestry wore the crown of a king or queen. Like, and it could have been like in a tribe and not like, you know, how you think of a typical monarchy now. But you did come from some sort of, you know, honored lineage, and they want you to remember that, you know, and just change your perspective from something incredibly heated to something really strong, you know. Okay, so very fascinating, and I hope that you are able to navigate a very challenging part of your life right now with the help of your ancestor. And I hope this was a helpful reading for you guys. So anyway, take care of yourselves. Bye for now. Bye.